Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 7th of October. It's the year 2020. And for all those people that message me, send me emails, comments, etc., saying, where have you been? This channel has been locked down for weeks and weeks and weeks and only needs one more strike and it's gone. So this channel will be gone. So here's my other 4 channels. I did a live stream last night with Dr. Carrie Madej on the band one, 9/11. See that? Live stream last night. Sorry about the picture, Doc. It was a freeze frame. How about that? And then I have this YouTube channel that I had to start. And I also have this YouTube channel. So links to all these will be below. And then here's my BitChute channel that's never gone anywhere. And then you have Richie from Boston TV. Links to all of this will be below. So please don't tell me you haven't seen a video from me because I've never ever stopped. And it's amazing how much of my time this is taking up. I'm trying to balance this, and this channel.
Off to the cloud or the 5G.
Exactly, off to the cloud or the 5G. While we're trying to prepare a October 25th conference in Florida, and the clock is ticking. And the reason we're doing it so soon is because the clock is ticking. Every single solitary day, more nonsense like this comes out right here. Where is it? Here we go. It's amazing that this dude's even saying anything like this right here. 400,000 Americans could die. But check this out. I mean, I can't help but notice this, but notice the number. There's 9. And then 5 plus 1 is 6. And then 5 plus 1 is 6. Do you see that? It's always there, but I know it's just a coincidence. Well, let's look over here at the comments. 1 plus 5 is 9, is 6. You see, it's just... I am almost to the point where I just can't believe this. I'm starting to wonder if I'm simply in a dream and nobody else is seeing this. Because this is what Dr. Fauci has said. Well, here's some other things that Dr. Fauci said. Way back on March 26th, he was talking about the coronavirus, and I showed you this way back in March at the New England Journal of Medicine. He was talking about the coronavirus and what the fatality rate was. And he said the fatality rate may be considerably less than 1%. And it turns out that's exactly right to this day. This was back in March 26th, and people didn't get it then. It still stands true right now. The amount of articles that popped up are unbelievable. The CDC themselves came out back in August. 94% of the deaths had underlying issues, which means old people or sick people died, and we simply tagged them with COVID, period, because that's exactly what they did. 99% of those who died in Italy. Remember that? 10,000 people died. Russian troops had to be sent in. Unbelievable lockdown. 99% who died from virus had other illnesses. And it just keeps going on. This is mainstream news. It's no big secret. And yet, this is today's news. Do you see what I'm saying? COVID is not an outbreak. It's not an influenza. It's not a flu. It's the global reset. It's the wealthy people resetting the earth to their standards, where you will work under a credit system, just like in China, just like we've been telling you for the last couple of years. But listen to them say it. You can go on Amazon right now, not even buy this book, and thumb through it like I've shown you so many times, and it explains exactly how they plan on resetting the earth. The UN takes control of all countries. The UN takes control of everything you own, everything you do, everything. The first thing you need to do to institute a new world order or a great reset is do a macro reset. A macro reset would be locking the whole world down, telling them there's a pandemic. But as time goes on, people should start figuring out that 400,000 people, even if 400,000 people did die from an outbreak over 8 months, that's not an outbreak. It's not a pandemic. It's just life. But listen to these people themselves telling you what their plan is. I borrowed this from the YouTuber Days of Nowhere's video, America the Blight, because he got the meat and potatoes from Klaus Schwab, the author of this book right here, who's openly telling you what their plan is. FYI.
First, I think it's very important to know that the COVID-19 pandemics just has accelerated certain trends which we had seen before and which actually were discussed in Davos this year, like the lack of inclusion, the lack of paying sufficient attention to the environment. So what we will see now is acceleration of those trends, and of course, a unique opportunity to reset our global agenda, to do something about all those negative developments. I include also the lack of international cooperation. Because if we don't address those issues, we will end up in a much worse world than we are today. So let's use this window of opportunity and let's recreate a global framework which really is in line with the requirements of a society in the 21st century.
Now, that's not secret information. It's not, you don't have to subscribe to anybody. You don't have to pay anybody to find this information out. It's absolutely everywhere. But you know where it's not? It's not on the mainstream media. But I'll tell you what, this is mainstream. This is mainstream. This is mainstream. And so isn't this. This is the CDC's own website that I've shown you numerous times. Let's take a look at the fatality rates as of today. Fatality rates for people with COVID-19. And you tell me what this really is. Is this a pandemic that nobody can see, that doesn't affect anybody in real life except for the government sanctions and all the new protocols? Or is it them using this as a macro reset to stop everybody in their tracks and then get everybody to do exactly what they want because everyone just wants to go back to their normal life? There will be no more normal life whatsoever at all. I've shown you this ad nauseum. What is the fatality ratio? For people up to 20 years old, it's 0.00002. 29 to 49, 0.00007. 50 to 69, 0.0025. 70 plus years old, 0.028. And it goes on and on and on. These numbers are minuscule. These numbers are laughable. And these numbers are available right on their website. So while you're reading this, they're telling you this. 325 million people, that is this number right here, would, even if it were real, because everything else they told us turns out was a lie. And this isn't from some crazy left-wing, right-wing, same bird website. It's from the CDC. They're not hiding the information. They're watching you, believing whatever they tell you, instead of looking it up for yourself, and then they're moving forward. And that's exactly what they're doing. And once again, Bill Gates has surfaced with more of his incredibly valuable information. Listen to this jerk off.
Well, definitely when you let people communicate, you have to deal with the fact that certain incorrect things that are very titillating can spread very rapidly compared to the truth. And we've always seen that with vaccines. Any negative thing gets out to people. And the facts about it's safe, it doesn't cause autism, that travels very slowly by comparison. And social media can make that even worse. And so the degree to which these media companies can see what's being said on their platform and take things that are absolutely wrong and get rid of those things or slow those things down, that's very tough, because as you move over into political speech or a valid discussion about the safety issues, how you draw that line, do you have that visibility? These are complex issues. And, it has been a spreader of lots of negative things. And, how do you strike a balance there? It's, well, definitely when you let people communicate, you have to deal with the fact that certain incorrect things that are very titillating can spread very rapidly compared to the truth. And we've always seen that with vaccines. Any negative thing gets out to people. And the facts about it's safe, it doesn't cause autism, that travels very slowly by comparison. And social media can make that even worse. And so the degree to which these media companies can see what's being said on their platform and take things that are absolutely wrong and get rid of those things or slow those things down, that's very tough, because as you move over into political speech or a valid discussion about the safety issues, how you draw that line, do you have that visibility? These are complex issues.
Okay, for those that didn't understand what Bill was talking about, Bill Gates, the guy that's in charge of everything, they're very complex issues. What he just said is he wants social media to completely shut down anybody showing you things that are true. And then we'll go over to political speak. You heard him say political speak, correct? Political speak means I am going to get a special group together to put Hillary in jail. Soon as he becomes president, Hillary, Bill, stand up. They've done so much for the country. That's political speak, meaning we're just going to lie. Bill Gates doesn't want you to see this. He does want you to see this. He just wants that number to scare you. He doesn't want you to understand that people get sick and die. He doesn't want you to understand that this is the Center for Disease Control. You see, I'm not spreading bad information. I'm showing you what they're saying, and then out of their other side of their mouth, what they're saying. Okay? Dr. Fauci is telling you there's another wave coming. Let me tell you something. If there was something going on right now, everybody would have somebody that died of this. And it's not the case whatsoever at all. Lots of people have had, well, maybe, I don't even know. Lots of people may have lost elderly or very sick family members who got tagged with COVID. And if you go right over here, I can't put this on YouTube, and this probably won't stay up. So subscribe to all my backup channels that I showed you at the beginning of this video. Or don't. But don't email me asking me where I've been. I've never stopped making videos, not whatsoever at all. And it's taken up so much of my time, it's unbelievable, but we have to do this. We have to. Over here on BitChute, I have a video by the doctors coming out and explaining how the Center for Disease Control came to them and said, simply mark everybody that passes away with COVID. And that's exactly what they did. It's exactly what they did. And this video right here shows you the mainstream coming out and telling you exactly what this agenda is and exactly why this scumbag should be in prison or put to death, because he's a lying scumbag who's helping perpetrate this on America really, really, really actively. And what he's talking about, shutting down social media and not allowing people to communicate, well, that was the main and only issue that they discussed at Event 201. This was a 5-hour tabletop exercise, blah, blah, blah. We already know about that. We've gone over this ad nauseum. Their main concern wasn't finding a safe cure for this alleged pandemic, etc., etc. Their main concern at Event 201 was shutting down opposing voices. Here's their guy, Bill Gates, saying everyone needs to be shut up, which is working out pretty well. And then here's people like myself showing you that this number right here is completely fraudulent. And then here's me showing them saying their numbers were completely fraudulent. And Bill Gates doesn't want that out, because none of this has anything to do in the world with anybody getting sick and dying. It's completely and totally the Great Reset, which makes everything a one world order, which makes all currency digital, which makes everybody on a social credit system. So people like myself, yeah, we ain't going to fit into the new world order. But a macro reset, the very first words in the table of contents of this book, and like I've said before, it's not called COVID-19, the rush to find the cure, or COVID-19, how do we cope in the aftermath, or COVID-19, anything to do with medical, it's simply the Great Reset. This right here is the New World Order, not the Great Reset. It's simply another name for something we've been warning about for years. And now that it's here, most Americans are hanging their hat on Donald Trump or the election or so forth and so on. It's utterly amazing to me. This is not information that I made up. This is the Center for Disease Control. Links will be below. Center for Disease Control. This is their information. This is not stuff that I made up. This is all from them. The New England Journal of Medicine, back in March, 0.01%, less than 1%. And it's not even close to that. So this number was even inflated way back in March. Do you see what I'm saying? At any rate, Richie from Boston, like, share, subscribe, but I am telling you right now, subscribe to the Band 1 9/11, Richie from Boston 2, RFB 2, and RFB 3, also on BitChute, and Richie from Boston TV on Roku, Amazon Fire, etc. Or don't. I'm out.